Okay, well, got a few minutes, might as well get outside and take a break, breathe a little fresh air. Air's getting a little thick in there with all the talk of taxes and bills. Man, good to see the 12 flag flying, Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Go Hawks, man, it's going to be a 2nd District, State Representative Andrew Barkis with another Barkis Breakdown on a beautiful day here in Olympia under the dome. You know, just came out to get a little breath of fresh air. We're just finishing up our cutoff week here. Next week we head to the floor for floor session to talk about all the policy that we just got done doing here in committee. And I'm telling you, I was reviewing some of the stuff. It's unreal. It is literally unreal. You know, I heard a lot about affordability. We've been talking about affordability. The policy that just got done going through committee, the taxes, there's not a lot going on about affordability here. You know, I've got in front of me two pages of tax bills. I don't think in my 10 years I've ever seen more proposed tax policy. That translates to more spending, more burden on you. Affordability should be 2 pages of things that we're doing to cut the costs that are affecting you. But you know we're not. Groceries, phones and devices, bottle billing, utilities. Guess what? Utility stuff is going up. I heard the other day that we can expect anywhere from 10 to 12% increases in utility costs. I saw a post on social media this morning, and I thought it was kind of interesting from some of my friends on the other side complaining about the impact it was having on them. And I thought, well, maybe you should pay attention to the policies coming out of this building over the last several years, like the Climate Commitment Act, like the Low Carbon Fuel Standard, like all the things that are adding to your utility cost. It's no coincidence. It's all tied together. And let me talk about the mother of all tax policies, the income tax proposal. You know, we're hearing the bill. You've been hearing about it all over media. Right now, we are about to listen to a proposal to create what they're calling a millionaire tax or a wealth tax. But do not be fooled. An income tax for the state of Washington will affect each and every one of you. It's the start point. They call it a slippery slope. I think it's more like a slip and slide. I mean, it is going to be horrible once it gets put into place, if it does. I, along with my colleagues in the Republican caucus, are going to do everything to stop that proposal. We don't need more taxes. We need less taxes. So, Senate Bill 6346, that's the income tax bill. Pay attention. And I'll tell you, you are paying attention, so congratulations. I've never seen more people reaching out to my office, signing in to testify, voicing their opinions. As of just recently, we were looking at the pros and cons that we look at when we're, weighing out the validity or merits of a bill. Over 50,000 people have signed in con already against that bill. The Democrats need to listen to you. They need to listen to the voice of people, because people are telling me no more taxes. You know, we should be here doing everything we possibly can do to make your lives better, to improve your lives, to make it more affordable, whether it's housing, utility costs, all the different things that you experience every day. But we're not. We just got done with the housing committee and got to cutoff. And, we had the year of housing a couple years ago, trying to work on all this stuff. It really hasn't materialized into anything that's getting housing more affordable or building more supply. We spent most of this session doing what I would call social services bills. And the last two that we execed out of committee here a few days ago had to do with forcing jurisdictions to have all types of housing, like shelters and everything else. Not opposed to that type of housing, but why are we forcing it into communities where the vast majority is from law enforcement to city leaders have told me and others, no, let us take care of it. We're trying to solve the problem. Don't force us to do that. And then a camping ban. You might remember over the years, we have been working with local jurisdictions and law enforcement to help those that are unsheltered, to help the homeless in our state. I don't think we're doing near enough to help the homeless because our priorities are all screwed up. But yet we're passing or trying to pass a bill that will reverse all the work that's been done and say you can no longer move people off of public parks, state park, all these different things by saying they're allowed to be there. You can't move them unless they can find adequate shelter. I'm telling you, the policies are messed up and they're just out of touch with what you're telling me. In transportation, I've been working on the budget and, again, I'm trying to find solutions to get things taken care of. You've heard me talk about the Fairfax Bridge. You've heard me talk about the infrastructure and safety projects and everything else. It's really, really frustrating when I work on the budget and I sit there and look at literally hundreds of millions of dollars of existing resources that I can't touch, that I can't put into use to fix the Fairfax Bridge or to build safety improvements or to do the things that we need to do. Instead, I look at a list of over 170 projects throughout the state building bike and pedestrian trails. Now, don't get me wrong, those are great, but are they a higher priority than creating things that will make our state highways more safe? I don't think so. We need to refocus our priorities. I'm working on it, but I'm telling you, frustration level is getting a little high. I also looked at a couple different programs that were talking about buckets of money. We're talking 25 million, 50 million. One program was a bicycle safety program for the state of Washington, over $25 million. Bicycle safety is critically important. I think that a lot of jurisdictions and schools and organizations can do that. But does it really cost the taxpayers $25 million to do that? I don't think so. You're telling me I'm hearing it loud and clear. The Republican caucus is hearing it loud and clear. We're trying to fix this stuff, not make it worse. When we get to the floor, it's going to be a week, 10 days of making it worse with policies coming out of the Democrat caucus. We've got to stop it. We have got to change course in Washington state. You're speaking loud and clear. Keep doing it. It's a short session, intense session, a lot of work ahead. 2 pages of bills on tax policy alone, not to mention all of the other policy that's going to affect you that we're dealing with. Well, as you can tell, no wonder I needed to come outside, get a little fresh air, and breathe in the good air here in Washington state, the clean air in Washington state, right? But you know what? I got work to do. So I'm going to head back in today, get to work for you, the people of 2nd District in Washington state. Keep watching these videos, keep reaching out. Check out our social media. The engagement's been just off the charts. And the reason is you're getting more involved, you're paying attention to what's going on, and your voices are being heard. And if it's not, we're going to make sure that they are being heard by the way we vote, the work that we do on the floor of the House, and the work we're going to continue to do until the end of the session for you, the people of Washington state. Hey, thanks for watching another Barkis Breakdown. Always good to get you informed on what's going on. I got to get back to work. And as I said to begin, go Hawks. We'll talk to you again soon.